Poison, the silent killer that has been used for centuries to take down kings, spies, and even ordinary people. From mysterious assassinations to shocking criminal cases, some of history's most chilling murders have involved poison. But how do these toxic substances work? And what can we learn from the world's most infamous poisoning cases? Today, we're diving deep into the deadliest poisons, the victims, and the twisted minds behind them. Our first stop takes us back to ancient Egypt, where one of history's most famous rulers, Cleopatra VII, is said to have taken her own life with poison. After the fall of her empire and the defeat of her lover, Mark Antony, Cleopatra knew she would be paraded as a prisoner by the Romans. So legend has it, she chose death on her own terms, with the bite of a venomous asp, likely an Egyptian cobra. But could a snake bite really kill that quickly? Some historians believe Cleopatra may have used a poisonous cocktail instead, possibly including opium, hemlock, and aconite, a deadly mix that would have caused paralysis and cardiac arrest. Either way, her death remains one of history's most famous cases of poisoning. Now, the Romans were masters of poisoning, and one of the most paranoid rulers, Emperor Nero, was said to have used poison as his weapon of choice. Nero's mother, Agrippina the Younger, poisoned her own husband to ensure Nero took the throne. But Nero, fearing his own assassination, hired a personal food taster to check for poison in every meal. Ironically, he later tried to poison his own mother, but when that failed, he resorted to brute force and had her executed instead. The Romans used a variety of poisons, including atropa belladonna, deadly nightshade, arsenic, and cyanide, all nearly impossible to detect at the time. Poison became such a political tool that an entire profession, the Venefici, professional poisoners, emerged in ancient Rome. Fast forward to the 21st century, and we see that poisoning is still used as a weapon, especially in the world of espionage. One of the most famous modern cases is Alexander Litvinenko, a former Russian spy. In 2006, Litvinenko fell mysteriously ill after drinking a cup of green tea at a London hotel. The tea had been spiked with polonium-210, a radioactive poison that slowly destroyed his body from the inside out. He died 3 weeks later, and his assassination remains one of the most high-profile poisonings in recent history. Polonium-210 is extremely lethal. Just a microgram-sized dose is enough to kill. What makes it even scarier? It's nearly undetectable until it's too late. If you think spy poisonings are just in movies, think again. In 1978, Bulgarian dissident Georgy Markov was assassinated in London in a way that sounds straight out of a James Bond film. While waiting for a bus, Markov felt a sudden sting on his leg, as if someone had just poked him. He turned around, but the man behind him walked away calmly. Within 3 days, Markov was dead. Doctors discovered he had been injected with ricin, a deadly plant-based toxin. The poison was hidden inside a tiny pellet, which was fired into his leg from a modified umbrella. The case became known as the umbrella murder, one of the most infamous poisonings of all time.